Our guest, Yunus Altunay, is product manager in the environmental sector and is responsible for the pre-screening and evaluation of certification requests in the field of bio-based and biodegradable plastics and recycled materials. We are honored to have him from Dincertco speaking on our conference. Dincertco, a company for conformity assessment, is the pioneer of certification of compostable and bio-based plastics, who everyone knows dealing with biopolymers. We are looking forward to his lecture on the topic Certification for a Sustainable Future, Relevant Certifications for Bioplastics. Welcome, Yunus Altunay.
The warm welcome and for everyone in Halle and everyone online. First of all, I'm very grateful because last but not least, I think some of the content which you already presented in your presentations may be interesting in my presentation. And I will start now. My name is Yunus Altunay. I'm a product manager at Dincertco for around 1 year, and I work in the areas of biodegradable products and environmental field and recyclates. And our services are the certification of products, persons, services, enterprises, and systems. Our company was founded in 1972 under the name Deutsche Gesellschaft für Warenkennzeichnung GmbH, and in 1995 the name was changed to our current name, Dincertco. Why we were predominantly a company of the German Institute for Standardization, better known as DIN, until 2005. The fusion with TÜV Rheinland took place in 2005, and in 2019 we become a wholly owned company of TÜV Rheinland. And as I said, we have different competences. A few of them are the safety and the quality of new as well certified products, persons, services, and systems, as I already said. We refer to DIN, DIN EN, and DIN and EN ISO standards and other publicly available specifications. Our customers rely on our neutrality, independence, and competence. We are accredited to DIN and ISO EC 17065, for example, also for 17021. And our certifications, a few of them are the QM system, DIN and ISO 9001, or for example, the environmental management system to DIN and ISO 14001. We have customers and locations worldwide. Our headquarters are located in Berlin, only 1 hour with the EC. When the Deutsche Bahn is not on delay. Other locations where our approximately 100 employees work in are Mailand, in Nuremberg, in Bonn, Cologne, Taiwan, and Shanghai. To date, we have been able to certify around 7,000 customers with 15,000 certificates all around the world, as you can see also in Australia and New Zealand. What is certification? Among the things we certify according to various DIN, DIN EN, and DIN and ISO standards, let's now take a look at what certifications means. To show you a better overview, we divided it into 3 parties. The first party is usually the manufacturer or supplier itself. The second party is the certification by the user, as can be seen here in the example of supplier evaluation in the automotive industry. And let's now take a look at the most important part. The third party is the independent certification by an independent third party. The certification is a statement based on the decision following review that fulfillment of specified requirements has been demonstrated related to products, processes, systems, or persons. And yeah, for example, there is a certification from our company, Sadco, on the left side with all the informations and the logo and so on. Yeah, we are accredited by DAX. That's not die deutsche Akkreditierungsstelle. In English, it's the National Accreditation Body of the Federal Republic Germany. We are not talking about the DAX stock market index from Frankfurt Stock Exchange. That would be maybe interest for financial and investment congress, but let's stay here and by the gradation. The accreditation body assesses the management system of the conformity assessment body, also the technical competence of CAB personnel, the taking into account laws and relevant standards, and internationally comparable of performances, and monitors continuing compliance by regular inspections. Yeah, as I already showed you our certification, that is our certification scheme. Our certification schemes comprise 2 test criteria: the certification conditions for award of the mark, for the technical requirements not specified in the standard, and it's publicly available and can be easily adapted to suit changing conditions. Yeah. How a certification is working. First of all, the supplier or the manufacturer makes an application for testing and factory inspection. We also certify testing laboratories. Then we need an audit or inspection. But usually when you want to certify your product, we test the product at the testing laboratory, which is certified by Sadco. And after that, the supplier provides application for certification. He sends us the testing inspection reports, and we check it and assesses the test reports and documents. And if it's everything fine, we award the certificate and grants the license to use the sign. Yeah. Our certifications in the environmental field are bio-based products, also industrially compostable products, home and garden compostable products, biodegradable in soil, additives, we already had that today, recycled content recyclability, I think that was also a topic, sustainable biomass based on ISCC, ISCC Plus and Red Cert, and also biodegradable in the marine environment. Let's take a look at some of them. The environmental certifications relevant for PLA and products made of PLA. For example, feedstocks which are bio-based, which have bio-based content, sustainable biomass or recycled content, and end-of-life products, for example, bags or something like that, which are industrial compostability or home compostability, also additives and recyclabilities. Products made from recycled materials and plastic recycled. Plastic recycled is also a logo and a certification scheme which we are, which are in cooperation with us. The classification, we already had that also, is post-consumer and pre-consumer recyclates. confirmation that no molecules of toxic substances were used in the production process, and also the evaluation of the entire manufacturing process for the certified products are important. And based on that, we make audits on the manufacturers, and we also have the requirements of traceability of the used material according to EN 15343 or ISO 14021. Yeah, industrially compostable products are, like I said, whether shopping bags, garbage bag, or tablewares, and yeah, stuff like that. And acceptance of certified products in the bio-waste collection is up to local or national regulations. Our testing bases on the certificates EN 13432, RSTMD 6400, ISO 17088, EN 14995, ISO 18606, and RS 4736. Usually we need the chemical characterization that can be, for example, the ash content, it must be over 50%, or the heavy metals, or stuff like fluorine or PFAS. Also, we need the biodegradability test, the disintegration under industrial composting conditions. That means that the disintegration has a higher temperature than when you want to have a home or garden composting certificate, and it also should have over 90% disintegration. Also the plant ecotoxicity test, and for special cases like RS4736, that is the Australian seedling. You can see the DIN geprüft logo. There's the DIN geprüft industrial compostable logo. And right under it, there's the Keimling, or the better known as seedling logo, industrially compostable. And there's also one in Australia, which has another certification basis. It's the RS4736, but it's the same logo in the end. But you have to make the earthworm ecotoxicity test extra for Australia. Yeah, products for home and garden composting, like I said, it's suitable for well-managed soil and garden composting with different requirements than in the industrial composting. Sailing a longer disintegration time and lower temperature, and less professionalized. And the basis of the certifications are the NFT 51800 and EN 17427. Yeah. Let's go on with the biodegradable in soil and the marine environment. The scope for the biodegradable in soil is the chemical, like the other ones, chemical characterization of biodegradability in soil, and the plant toxicity test, earthworm toxicity test, nitrification test, that's also included, and mechanical tests only for mulch forms. And for the marine environment, the certification basis is the ISO 22403, and they have similar testings, and also PFAS and hazardous substances must be tested. Yeah. The additives harmless to the composting process. These ones are, for example, water-based inks, solvent-based inks, inorganic pigments, organic colorants, and inorganic fillers. Also, there are biodegradable additives whose biodegradability has been proven separately. It can be master batches based on biodegradable materials, biodegradable additives, or biodegradable organic colorants. Yeah, the recyclability of packaging based on the German minimum standard person to section 2.3 German packaging ordinance. This one is the recycling incompatibilities must be excluded so that the recycling process cannot be disrupted and recycling success is guaranteed in practice. Yeah, now we came to the bio-based content. The basic of the certification is the RSTM 6866 and ISO 16202. And the max scope of the testing is different to the others, like the industrial or garden composting. You need the volatile solids. It also should be over 50%, and you have to make an bio-based total organic carbon test that should be at least over 20%. And we have 3 levels of logos, so you can get the lowest one between 20 and 50%, and the second one is between 50 and 85%, and the highest one is over 85% when your product makes the test over 85% of bio-based carbon content. And the validity of the certificate is 6 years. From the other ones, it's usually 5 years. The surveillance in this case is every 2nd year, and you only need to make the carbon test again. And yeah, for the other examples, when you make the application and get the first certification for your, let me say, industrial composting product, then you only need to have have to make the disintegration test for once at first, and during the surveillance you only need to make chemical characterization or thickness and grammage tests. Yeah, the eligible products are materials, additives, or parts of products. Non-eligible are, for example, medical product classes, or fields with fossil preparations, and products with are poisonous or carcinogenic or harmful environment. The out of scope is the mass balance bio-based products. Like I already said, the specified minimum organic proportion should be over 50%, the volatile solids, and the proportion of bio-based carbonic to total carbon should be over 20%. Yeah, and this is one of our applications that would look like this. Was also mentioned the STSs. Yeah, we need it every time. I'm sorry, but we have to follow the rules. So we need the STSs, for example, or for the final product, we also need the photo or technical drawing and stuff like that to make the certification. Yeah, that was already shown. The bio-based content certification is similar to the normal certification like any other product. And further informations are available on our website. And yeah, I would be happy if you have some interest questions. I'm looking forward to trying to answer it.
Thank you very much, Yunus Altunay, for your presentation. And now, does anyone has a question?
Thank you for your talk. Sorry, it's a selfish question. I just, had a composting standard. You said for Australia, there was the Australian standard 4736, and there's an additional requirement for the Australian composting standard, which I think is a worm test.
Right.
Can you expand on that? Why is there an extra requirement?
I think that's the easiest way to answer the question is because of the regularities of the European Union and the Australian. They have difference between the testing schemes, so that should be.
Is there any rationale behind the conditions that the composts are in Australia compared to the EU, or no?
No, it's only about the standards. So we in Europe have the DIN 13432 standard for 24 years right now. Yeah, the last update was on 2000, and so our certification scheme based on that, and so we have to make the tests to the standard. And Australia have a different one. It's from 2006, and so that's the reason why they have the airfoam test extra. Yeah.
Okay.
What I know from my past, it's a test on higher human beings instead of just on plants. So the earthworms are a little bit higher in terms of creatures, and so it's much stricter. So to pass it. Also, if you pass the EN 13432, doesn't mean that you pass also this earthworm test automatically.
Thank you very much for the nice introduction. So the certificates, in principle, we always produce components which fulfill nearly every of these certifications, I would say, somehow. Yeah, but it costs a lot of money. So these certifications, you said every 5 years we have to pay then some,
for
the
the
certificates.
renewal,
Yeah. How much, are there some options to reduce also the prices or to maximize? So this is the best one, and this is and with this one you can reach all labels?
Just send us an application and we will,
Thanks.
we will see.
Good.
That's a different question.
Maybe one second question. You mentioned flue sticks. There's also flue sticks non-plastic labels. Can you comment on this one?
Yeah, I think we are not in cooperation about that one. We are only plastics recyclable. Yeah.
Okay, because
so,
they mentioned.
Also, it's not on my specialized area. So
okay,
it would be not okay if I make some comments about it.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yunus, Altunay, and Sertko.